The entertainment industry was absolutely shocked when last year we found out that James Gunn, the man who rose to prominence in Hollywood with the success of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 for Marvel Studios, would in fact be heading the new co-founded DC Studios with Peter Safran. And now Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige, the man who put James Gunn on the map, addresses the competition and, of course, the big rivalry between Marvel Studios and DC Studios. As long as time exists, Marvel vs. DC will continue to be a thing. There's just no changing this. It's always going to be a constant because the two companies are the biggest and, well, the most recognizable comic book brands, TV, and film brands in the world. There's just nobody else that can compete with them. Recently speaking with EW, Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige was asked about his feelings on James Gunn jumping ship and specifically how he feels about James Gunn tackling Superman. And he said that there's nothing that he finds wrong with this. James Gunn has rose to popularity because of his great work, his love for the characters, and his ability to take obscure characters and properties and deliver something new. He says that he's super excited for Superman because, as most of you know, Kevin Feige's ties to Hollywood, to Marvel Studios, begin with Superman because he was mentored by the Donners. You know, Richard Donner, Laura Schuer Donner, the people behind Superman. Those were his mentors that put him on the map and got him to Marvel Studios and Marvel Entertainment. So he says he's excited to see what James Gunn can do with Superman and his script, but more so with an entire universe. And he says that there's not really a big rivalry here because he loves what James Gunn has done so far. He's looking forward to seeing what he does with all these other properties. And he's excited to see DC benefit from all the great knowledge that James Gunn has learned from Marvel and how he's going to infuse that into the bigger DC picture. He further elaborates what James Gunn said previously, that Gunn told him that he was going to take this job, and he asked him what his feelings were, and he says nothing's changed. He's super supportive. He just wants DC to make good movies, and he believes James Gunn can do it. And James Gunn was grateful that he was getting so much support from the studio that will now be de facto his rival who he's trying to take down. So, yeah, it's all good to see support from both sides for the other product. And that's realistically how it should be. As fans, we should want DC to be superior to the MCU. So the MCU has to fight back and try to be superior again. So they can go back and forth and try to top each other so ultimately the fans win. I know some people don't see it that way, but supporting both and wishing the best for both is really what we should be wishing and hopefully what we get in the end.